What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Leave It to the Judges MMA show. I'm with the boys, Nick and Xavier. Guys, it is the first video of the year, and we are going to be picking our dream fights for 2026. We're trying to keep it kind of realistic. We each got around three fights. Does anyone want to start? If not, I can.
I can start. So my fight is in the bantamweight division. Um, I feel like it's one of those fights that like we know we're gonna see at some point, but like I would rather see it while both guys are in their prime. Um, with that being said, it's also just between two fighters that like I think the UFC likes to protect in a way to a certain extent. Um, but I think this fight will be a striker's delight. I'm talking about Umar Nurmagomedov and Sean O'Malley. Um, I think that if they both weren't so much of the UFC's golden boys, seen as cash cows, like I think that they would have fought each other already based on just where they are in the rankings and shit. But they are two fighters that like the UFC does like to I think that the UFC wants them to eventually fight in a title fight. You know what I mean? They want to like get the maximum money off of a matchup that big. And I hope that somehow or another, if I had to guess, it will be through. I mean, honestly, I could see Sean O'Malley beating Petr Yan again if they were to like squeeze him into uh that title fight. And then depending on what's going on with Marab, like I wouldn't be surprised if Umar can get like a crack at O'Malley maybe, or even vice versa. So I do think that it's realistic that towards the end of this year, maybe like that they're both of their last fights of the year, I could see this matchup happening. And I hope it does, man. I think that like for as long as Umar decides to fight this feet on the feet, to fight the fight on the feet, like it's gonna be such a all-time classic, I think. And then like, when we do get into the wrestling, like we can see what O'Malley's got down there, but like I think that that's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, I love that. Has to be 5 rounds. O'Malley himself in the past, when he was champion, was kind of talking about that as a future matchup, and he was marking it kind of, oh, Ireland versus Russia again, which I thought was kind of O'Malley's not Irish like Connor, but I get what he was going for. But yeah, I love that pick. I love that pick.
It's a really good fight. I think it'd be back and forth. Uh, I think Umar might bore it up though with his Khabib corner being like wrestle, wrestle. But
Mhm.
I storyline it's there for sure. I like that.
Oh yeah. Who's next?
You go ahead.
Alrighty. Let's move up to 170. I want to see two of the hottest and most exciting guys in the division go at it. Michael Morales versus Carlos Prates. I usually don't like putting two contenders, like making them face off because it kind of kills one of them. But fuck that. This fight, I literally don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they can knock each other out. They both have insane physical attributes and power. They're both super exciting. They both had crazy knockouts on the same card. They're both tied to Islam. The division is on fire. And on top of it all, this fight is just it's a fighter's fight. This fight is epic. And I literally don't know what would happen.
No, I definitely am with you on this one. I also want to see that. This is also on my bingo card for 2026.
Need it, bro.
I think that they are both contenders, but they're both contenders that are young and both have time to like grow into a title shot. So I don't think that like one of them taking a loss is like the end of their title hopes necessarily, you know what I mean? Especially not for Morales. Like he could take a loss and rebound from it even better at his age. And yeah, like you said, like I think someone's going to sleep and I do not know who. So like I would love to see this in like a main event actually. Like if we can get this as like a fight night main event type shit, that's a banger of a fight. Like if not like just because I want to see it 5 rounds. But I mean, if it has to be three, like that's fine with me as well. I still think someone might go to sleep. So yeah, sign me up for that shit.
Yeah, that's a banger. That one was in my mind too. Just straight up striking. I don't see how it's not a violent fight. I don't see how they're just not gonna throw crazy hands the entire time. I think one of them does get finished. I don't, especially if it's a 5 rounder, I don't see one of them surviving that fight, which is always it's always nice for us. It's always nice.
Nick, what you got?
I got this is a rogue one, but I wouldn't say it's a favorable matchup for one person, but I just love his style. I've been rooting for him since he came over from Bellator. Fuck light heavyweight. There's no one up there. So give MVP the shot versus Mr. Pahea.
Holy shit.
I think stylistically MVP like has a chance in there though. Honestly, I think
I can feel that.
He is so elusive.
yeah,
If
size
his legs don't get chopped to bits.
maybe. MVP could throw some leg kicks too. I I don't know how tall MVP is. I didn't really like look at that really, but he would be the slightly smaller guy in there for sure. But I think in terms of speed and like just his style, I do think he could give Pereira a lot of problems. It'd be basically like a kickboxing match, I think. And I think it'd be cool to watch those styles out there. Maybe he gets slumpy dumped right away. I don't know.
That's okay.
But I just haven't like I don't know. MVP's only loss was to Gary, and Gary just took him down. That's not happening in this damn fight. So I think that's exciting. And looking at the light heavyweight division, like, I mean, Olberg ain't winning that. I'm sorry to say. I don't give him much of a chance. Mirzakhanov's nice, but I mean, MVP bigger than Mirzakhanov at that weight class.
Yeah.
So I think that's stylistically a fun fight. It would never, I don't know if it's very realistic, but that's just one I saw that intrigued me.
No, I like that. And MVP recently on a podcast, he's like struggling to find fights. And I totally like he said, I'm in two divisions. How am I struggling to find a fight? I totally believe that he's a guy that some fighters just like don't want to fight. Like you see the contract, like, no, I'm good, man. I'll fight someone else. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to fight MVP either.
No, I also would not want to fight MVP because like he has the potential to like one hurt you, but like even more than that, embarrass you. You know what I mean? And I think that that's really like a bad like a loss to MVP like could end up getting put on a highlight reel, but it's way more likely that you're gonna just end up like not getting any offense really off on him for real. He's gonna make you look silly. He's gonna like meme you. You're probably gonna be on some damn TikToks and shit. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna be goofed online, memes and shit. So it's like I think that that's also like more than just like the thought that MVP is gonna like destroy them. I just think it's like it's a puzzle that is like very difficult to solve, and I just don't think that most fighters want to like deal with that. But I mean, obviously, I don't think that Pereira would say no to anything. So, like, I think stylistically, if you take the size a little bit out of it, I think that I would definitely pay to see it. Like, I can get behind that. I also think that like he does better against Alex than like a lot of these light heavyweights, just because he's like not gonna stand there and just get like chopped down.
Facts.
I can fuck with that. Am I up next?
Yeah.
Hmm. All right. This one, obviously, if we were to be able to get the super fight at the White House, John Jones versus Alex Pereira,
Yeah.
I think that that's obviously, the move, and I would prefer that over the next fight, the fight I'm actually about to say. But like, let's just say for whatever reason, like that can't happen. John Jones is done. You know what I mean? I would I would love to see Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane just as a matchup. I think that fight would feed families. Over 5 rounds, Alex Pereira, Cyril Gane, like They're both gonna damn near keep it on the feet. I don't see either of them really like going to the grappling. And I just think that like that would be a striker's delight. Like I would love to see like that matchup even more than Alex versus Tom Aspinall, who I think would like just try to grapple him too much. So like I would love to see that matchup. And like it's also like within reach if a couple of things fall into play.
Yeah. And I like that because that heavyweight, no disrespect to the heavyweights, but the striking, it's not the most technical for the most part. It's just kind of heavy-handed shit. Here you have two like super big motherfuckers, but they move like light. They move like middleweights, and I love that. And they have the power. I I don't know who I would take in that fight. We haven't seen him at heavyweight yet in the UFC. Khan's probably just a bigger dude. Also, I love that fight. I'd probably lean Khan. I don't know.
I
I
would
love
probably
that.
lean Alex, bro. But like I don't know. I think Alex could get him. I think Alex could chop him down. And I've seen Gon slow down in fights where it's like Alex typically late is pouring it on. So
But I do think Gon is he. I do think his grappling is a threat to Pereira. Like I think he would use
yeah,
it.
I think so too. I don't think he would choose to as
Yeah.
much, but like I think that if he did choose to, it could be like an issue.
Yeah, I love that fight. I don't think there's much grappling at all. I think Gon is confident he could go out there and beat anyone on the feet. And at this point, that's all I'm seeing out there for the most part. Even beat up your boy Aspinall had. So, we could beat anybody out there. And I actually think that fight ends in a finish no matter what, if it's 5 rounds.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Sidebar real quick. Did you guys hear that like Aspinall is like getting double and like triple like he's getting like a million eye surgeries and shit, bro?
Yeah, Joe Rogan was like, he might not fight again, dude. So it's like
On both eyes, like
crazy.
That shit is so cap. Like, actually cap.
I hate to say it, bro, because like I really want to give Tom the benefit of the doubt, bro. I don't want to sound like a hater, but like
It's
Wait,
not
it almost seems like he's getting these eye surgeries
whoa, guys.
just to make a point.
just to make a point, bro. I feel like he's doing like the most, bro. The most. And it's just like it gives me like desperate for the public's like acceptance, bro.
I don't
You know, like when someone's lying, they will like try to overcompensate to like explain why they're not lying type shit because they are.
I
That's
get
what
that,
Alex
but
is
like,
doing.
but getting surgery, like double eye surgery, I'm not going that far to like play a lie, bro. That cannot be a good experience getting
But
double
but
eye
but
surgery.
but think about like the whole public's been clowning him though, like, and this is like the sport of MMA, like, so it's just like, how else do you like? Because even if he is hurt, and like, I'm not saying that he isn't. I probably believe that he is on some level. I just think he's playing it up, like.
The thing.
You get
I
what I'm
feel
saying? Like he said one of the eyes was like, you know what I mean? One of the eyes was fine. It was one eye. Now it's like, oh, I gotta get surgery on this other eye. That's fucked too. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like it's giving me woe is me vibes, and it's just like, bro, if we have to, you know what I'm saying, strip his ass and let him get right, let him get healthy.
you
So
guys are.
Alex and Gon can, fight for the real title. That's fine by me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm with that. Definitely.
If I'm saying strip his ass if he's gonna be out for like God knows how long, and then just like bring it like when he comes back, immediate title shot. I'm fine
Yeah,
with it.
I'm with that. I'm definitely with that.
Because just like I just don't know what's going on. Like I don't want the title. I don't want to be like in interim world. Like he's gonna become the John Jones that he fucking hates off these eye pokes, bro. He's literally gonna start John Jonesing, bro. Like just holding up the fucking division.
And that makes me think maybe they do the John versus Pereira at the White House because like I don't know if the UFC would book Pereira versus Gon just like for like marketing reasons if John is there. I know Dana said he doesn't want to, but like this, yeah, that makes me think maybe we do get John and Pereira at the White House.
Yeah, I
All right, I'll move on to my second fight. We are going to 145. I want to see undefeated versus undefeated. Roan Murphy versus Evelev. Also, just striker versus grappler. That's like a classic MMA thing I always love to see and talk about. Also, I hate to be this guy, but like Volk versus Lopez too. As much as I love both guys, as much as the fans love both guys, it really doesn't make sense. It should be Evelev or Murphy in there versus Volk, but
One of them at least.
Apparently, the UFC really, really wants Lopez to be champion. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, I just love this matchup on paper. It's super competitive. Like I said, both are undefeated. Both have seen some adversity in their fights. But what do you guys think about this one?
I mean, I'm with it. Like, I just don't like. I just think that if they fight each other, the one good thing that will definitely come out of it is like a definitive number one contender. Because if they fight each other, like those are both the guys that I think have the best shots. Like, I mean, the best claims, I guess, to the next title shot. And if one of them, if they don't wreck each other in the process, which to be honest, I don't really see. I think either like I see Lerone Murphy either stymieing him if he can like stay off the ground. I see him like kind of almost beating him in more of like a point fighty type way. Or I see Evilov just like dominating Lerone on the ground, which is typically isn't like that damaging. So I kind of see like whoever wins that fight, like they should be kind of relatively fresh and like as long as the timeline makes sense or like yeah, as long as the timeline makes sense, I just see no reason that like you can't like pencil them in for the next title shot. So I mean, it might be the only thing that they can do to get a title shot at this point, the way this has been going. But yeah, I think it will be a good matchup too. One of the more, like you said earlier, one of the more like rare, like grappler versus striker, like clear cut down the middle fights, I would say. Which is a rarity in MMA these days, like because everyone's kind of like blend shit together. But like these are two kind of like you can call them even like specialists, I would say. So I like the matchup.
Yeah, it's a good fight. I think it's the obvious number one contender. Uh, this title fight, let's be for real, is bullshit. Uh, they just like Lopez a lot. It is what it is. But I mean, look, Evil, I feel like he's gotten denied for like straight up 3 years to fight for this belt. So, we'll see. I mean, obviously has to show up to the date,
Yeah,
you know,
that'd be nice.
you can't keep running. But, Murphy, I also thought deserved it more just because of the finish itself. I think finishes matter in that case. Obviously, Lopez had a good finish for Silva, higher level fight, but it didn't tell the whole story of that fight. So I'm interested to see how this one will go. Two undefeated guys as well. Um, I don't know. I lean Evil in that personally, Ed, but I do think that's a great fight. Has to be five though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has to be.
gotta be five. That's a main event. That's a main event, like what I'm saying. Main event,
For sure.
fight night card for sure.
All
Okay.
right, Nick.
I pure grappling wrestling delight.
All right, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
To
So,
highest level, most submissions ever, most finishes ever.
Oh, here we go with some bullshit.
Once he beats Holloway, easy work. And for the BMF slash lightweight title, Charles Oliveira versus Paddy Pimblett. What's up, y'all?
I do love that fight.
And the grappling would be crazy. I just want to see that more than anything in that fight. The striking, I think, will be whatever. I think it'll be a war too on the feet, though. I don't think that there's slouches there.
Oh, that's a banger, bro. I never even thought about that fight.
Fucking sick for me.
That's a
Because I was always thinking of Holloway versus Pimlin because I don't know. That's just always a matchup I've had in my mind forever. But like Oliveira versus Patty.
I honestly think that like I could see Max like tuning Patty the fuck up, bro. I don't think that his striking has come far enough to
No,
do
you
it,
might be right.
bro. But I think and like with this like yeah I don't know man. I think that I could see Max kind of do like I don't think that it has to play out that way. I can see Patty like being competitive in his own way, mixing in the grappling and shit too. But I just think that like I see a world where Max really like puts it on Patty like bad. Um, but I think that this matchup is even better. Like this the one with Charles. I could like I could see them finishing each other by sub or by knockout, and that's like an amazing like they both have like comeback chins too. Like they can get clipped a little bit, but like recoverability, good grappling. Like I'm with this fight 100%. Like
Yeah, that's an epic fight. I'm leaning Oliveira off the top of my head just because the reason I'm picking Patty over Gaethje just because like that wrestling advantage is so clear. Like no one has a grappling advantage over Oliveira, I feel like. But I could see Patty clipping Oliveira on some young guy shit.
I would lean Patty in that fight just because I think that he's like more like athletically in his prime. Um, I think that his chin is better than Oliveira's chin, and I think that they're both kind of hittable. But I think that like Patty might be able to surprise people with his physicality, like if they are on the ground, because he is a big fuck too. Like I think that like Charles probably has him skill for skill, like pure like jujitsu, but like in terms of like MMA in a scramble, like I think that like Patty can just like use like his size advantage a little bit and like kind of size mog him a little bit type shit. Because like I don't think Patty has Patty ever made 45? Like, do you
No,
know?
there's no way. I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think he's just like a naturally like big motherfucker, man. Like he gets big. I think that the size would like help him in the grappling enough to like help to give him like the slight edge in that fight. But I would love to see it.
Okay.
I feel like that would also be like probably Charles's best path to like getting the title back too. Like that's a very winnable fight for him as well. So
Oh yeah.
that'd be dope for Charles.
Who's up? Xavier? Xavier, your last one. Or if you have more, I don't care.
Oh yeah. I got one more. Um, I had a lot of options for this one. Um, I was thinking Islam Shavkat. Like I really want to see that fight. But I think that like we will see that fight in due time. So since we want to, branch out on the fantasy side, I'm gonna go Valentina Shevchenko, Amanda Nunes, one more ride, bro. One more ride. Give her one more chance, bro. Give her one more chance. Like it will be the last chance for both of these women to run this back. And I just think that based on like how well and how close, like and how you could argue that Valentina won some of those fights, like I just think she deserves like one more shot at it, especially after beating Whaley. You know what I mean? How she's been dominant in the division. I mean, we talked about it in like one of our last videos, but like we don't really see anyone right now that like we would favor against her, and it's like that would be a fucking money fight, especially if Amanda Nunes beat Harrison, let's say like who else would you really rather see her fight in that division over Shevchenko? You know what I mean? I think that's like that would be like a massive fight. There's a lot of people that like are newer MMA fans that haven't even seen them fight. They weren't even tapped in back when they were fighting each other. So it's like it will be a fresh matchup to a lot of people, and I just think that like that will be for the real woman's GOAT status. Like give Shevchenko her chance to fucking get that shit back.
Yeah, that's a great fight. The first two fights were pretty competitive. I remember on UFC 196, they fought on the undercard, those two, in the 3 round fight. And what, like 9 years later, they're just like they're number one and two in the GOAT status. And Valentina has had a belt attached to her waist for damn near a decade, which is insane. I feel like people don't talk about that enough. Yeah, I love this fight. I think Valentina's still like in her prime ish. I just don't know where Nunes is at, but like, yeah, we'll see with the Harrison stuff. We'll see. I like it.
Nunez has two belts, Ed. She had two belts.
That's
But
true.
anyways, this fight, I like it just for name value. But after what I saw Furiat with a simple game plan of let me almost win a fight by pinning Shevchenko against the fence, I if it was at flyweight, I would give her a better chance to beat Nunez. But at bantamweight, I kind of don't see it right now. Like, even if she's coming, unless she just looks horrible. If this is like a Nick Diaz type of return,
Jesus.
she just looks slow, like or Stipe, like whoever coming back and just looking slow as crap, then it's a completely different fight. But I just think physicality wise, I don't think Shevchenko has it over her in any aspect. So I think the striking would be nice. I think those will be the exciting parts of the fight. But Shevchenko really just been kind of winning through like wrestling recently. I kind of I don't know. I don't really see that going well for her. Like I can't imagine her picking, and I don't care how close the second fight was. First fight wasn't even a contest. There's no question marks there. Second fight was kind of close. I don't know, man. I think Go Nunez would just beat her a third time.
I think that like I would have to give Shevchenko the cardio edge and like over 5 rounds, like you said, she has been like way more dedicated to like grappling recently in recent years. And I just think that like after seeing her lose to Juliana Pena, I'm like anything can happen, man. Anything can happen in there. Amanda is like liable to gas out, and I just feel like she can like get outpaced by Shevchenko. It was kind of what was happening in their second fight. So I'm like, I don't know, man. Like early on, yeah, the physicality is gonna matter more, but I think that like over the course of the fight, like Shevchenko can get it back. I wouldn't say she should be the favorite, but I just think that like she can type shit. She can't. She showed me in the second fight. I recently rewatched it. I'm like, damn, like you could argue she won that bitch. Like it was like razor thin. Like it was not like you know what I mean. It's enough to. It was close enough to warrant her to getting another crack at it, and I would like to see it.
I'd be down for it.
Just because, like, what else do I want to see her do, really? Like, keep whooping on these girls? Like, not really.
Not really, no. That's fair.
That's a banger. All right. I'll go to my last one. Let me pull up this guy's name. I don't want to butcher it. Show him some respect. Atuba Gautier
No.
versus, all right, a more realistic one, him versus Joe Pyfer. I think that is a fucking banger. More on the fantasy side, Gautier versus Adesanya. I just don't think Izzy would ever take that fight, but I love that. It would be kind of a passing of the torch thing. My point is, Gautier's gonna fucking climb these rankings, and I love those two matchups specifically.
I do not want to sacrifice Izzy, whose like chin has shown to be not what it once was against Gutierrez. So like I'm not with you on that type of a tip. But maybe like a Izzy MVP matchup would be a little fun. You know what I'm saying? Striking the light. Like someone that's not gonna absolutely like murder him, bro. Fuck that. But no, I get what you're saying though of winning Gutierrez up in the rankings. The Piper one I think would be a banger because someone's going to sleep. I think probably Piper, but like it could go either way. So yeah, that would be a banger too.
Yeah, I like that fight. I kind of like Gutierrez versus DDP more.
You could put him in there with Strickland too if you want.
I kind of wanted to keep him out of the top five just to like give him some breathing room to grow.
Hmm.
I
But
feel it.
yeah,
I just like the battle Africa all over again, except now we have a Francis Ngannou middleweight in here.
that'd be sick too. The whole African
Him being
times.
DDP, like I think that's a fire matchup. Good, like I watched this Gutierrez debut recently, and I was like, this dude threw the shortest shovel punch to get the knockout. This dude can finish anybody right now. If he lands,
Uh,
whew, that man is scary. Honestly, I he will move up these rankings. I don't obviously I think wrestling probably a question mark, absolutely. I mean, we have no idea what he's capable of there, but
no idea.
But if he just kind of keeps on this Ngannou warpath, I definitely think he can knock out a lot of people. So that's
So
a
I also think he's the kind of fighter like when you have that kind of power, he can probably take a loss. Like let's say someone just grapple fucks him, right? Like he can come back from a loss even better type shit. He has like room to grow. So like if he did like, let's say he like fought like I don't know, let's say he worked his way up to like a the Ritter or something, or Brendan Allen, and then somehow like they just grapple fucked him a little bit. Like he could kind of rebound from that. He even might need to like feel that, know where he's like deficient. Because if he keeps like crushing cans, bro, you keep giving him like favorable matchups, he might like never learn. So
a good point.
you might be stunting his growth, like his long-term growth, by not like putting him in there with someone that's gonna grapple him at least. And there's not even a lot of grapplers outside of like the top of the middleweight division, really. So it's like you might have to feel a fluffy and get fucked over for a
Yeah.
bit. Then you know what I mean?
And that's fine. This isn't fucking boxing. We don't shame people off 1L. But you just gave me a terrible flashback of Roman displays. Just a dude who's nuking people on the feet, but then the grappling just Gutierrez obviously way better, but like
And
that
now
was a reliever.
that man is fighting in karate combat or whatever that organization is and shit. Like why? Because like